Chapter 38. Adelmo glanced at his watch and was startled to see how quickly time had passed. It seemed as though the hours had slipped away unnoticed, leaving him wondering if it was due to the overwhelming amount of information he had absorbed. Although it didn't seem like much at first, the sheer depth and complexity of the topic made it a challenge to fully comprehend. Adelmo turned to his grandfather, expressing his gratitude for sharing all the valuable insights. However, he felt the need to step away for a while and process everything on his own. With a sense of urgency, Adelmo informed his grandfather that he was going for a walk to clear his mind. As he stepped out of the front door, he couldn't help but notice the proximity of his grandfather's house to a dense forest. The sight of the towering trees made him slightly apprehensive, yet there was an inexplicable comfort that washed over him whenever he found himself surrounded by nature. The allure of the forest was undeniable, even though he often had recurring dreams of being pursued through its depths. Despite this, Adelmo couldn't resist the tranquility that seemed to emanate from the wooded area. As Adelmo ventured deeper into the thick foliage, a profound sense of serenity enveloped him. The rustling of leaves and the gentle sway of branches seemed to whisper secrets only nature could comprehend. He pondered the enigma of why wooded areas held such a profound sense of security and tranquility. Even though his dreams often depicted a chase through the woods, he couldn't deny the solace he found within their embrace. It was a rare respite from the chaos of everyday life, a momentary escape into a realm where worries and anxieties seemed to dissipate. Within moments, Adelmo glanced around, hoping to catch a glimpse of his grandfather's house. However, to his surprise, it had vanished from his line of sight. Although a flicker of concern crossed his mind, he quickly dismissed it, confident that retracing his steps in a straight line would lead him back home. Determined, he pressed forward, undeterred by the sudden disappearance of the familiar sight. As Adelmo ventured deeper into the dense forest, the trees seemed to close in around him, casting long shadows that obscured his path. The once vibrant sunlight struggled to penetrate the thick canopy, leaving the forest floor shrouded in an eerie darkness. Despite the encroaching gloom, Adelmo's resolve remained unshaken. His curiosity piqued when he noticed a peculiar formation in the distance, a mysterious cave nestled amidst the towering trees. Intrigued by the enigmatic presence of the cave, Adelmo couldn't help but wonder what secrets it held within its depths. Did his grandfather know about this hidden treasure in his own backyard? The thought consumed him, overpowering any lingering doubts. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Adelmo took a bold step forward, crossing the threshold into the unknown. A sudden chill ran down his spine, sending shivers through his body, as if the cave itself held a secret that only he was destined to uncover. Adelmo had never experienced such a strong sense of foreboding before, but he couldn't shake the feeling that it was a sign warning him not to proceed. Despite the nagging doubts in the back of his mind, he was determined to push forward. The little signs, the subtle cues that seemed to be urging him to turn back, were ignored as he ventured deeper into the unknown. Fear was not an emotion that easily gripped Adelmo, but this sensation was different. It wasn't fear that coursed through his veins, but rather a thrilling sense of anticipation. The unknown always held a certain allure for him, and this new challenge only added to the excitement. With a sense of determination, Adelmo retrieved his flashlight from his keychain and flicked it on, casting a dim light into the dark recesses of the cave. The dampness of the cave enveloped him as he cautiously made his way further inside, his footsteps echoing off the walls. The cool, musty air filled his lungs as he pressed on, eager to discover what secrets lay hidden within the depths of the cave. His curiosity drove him forward, each step bringing him closer to the unknown. Lost in his thoughts and the thrill of exploration, Adelmo failed to notice the uneven terrain beneath his feet. Suddenly, he stumbled over a large rock jutting out from the cave floor, his balance faltering as he struggled to stay upright. In his attempt to regain his footing, he collided with the cave wall, the impact sending him sprawling to the ground. As he lay there, disoriented and in darkness, the light from his flashlight flickered and went out, leaving him in complete blackness. The man cautiously maneuvered through the dark cave, his hands outstretched in front of him as he crawled on all fours. He could feel the damp, cold walls of the cave against his skin, trying to get a sense of direction. His heart raced with anticipation as he hoped to catch a glimpse of the exit, a sliver of light that would guide him out of the labyrinthine tunnels. Suddenly, as he ventured further into the cave, his hand brushed against something soft and furry. Panic surged through him as he recoiled, unsure of what he had just touched. With adrenaline coursing through his veins, the man scrambled to his feet and sprinted in the opposite direction, his mind racing with fear of the unknown creature lurking in the darkness. He could hear his own ragged breaths echoing off the walls as he ran, the sound of his pounding heart drowning out all other noise. Every step he took brought him closer to the exit, the light at the end of the tunnel beckoning him with a promise of safety. He finally burst out of the cave, relief flooding through him as he emerged into the open air. However, in his haste to escape the cave, the man failed to notice the tree looming in his path. With a sickening thud, he collided with the trunk and crumpled to the ground, darkness overtaking him as he lost consciousness. As he lay there, unconscious, his mind drifted into a dreamlike state, the same recurring dream that had haunted him for nights on end. The dream continued from where it had left off the previous night, a surreal journey through his subconscious that blurred the lines between reality and imagination.